Hey, real quick, before we dive into today's episode, if you've been feeling like your brand needs a little love, but you're not quite sure where to start, I have just the tool you need. The Standout Brand Audit Bot is an AI-powered guided audit that shows you exactly what's working, what's not, and how to strengthen your brand using my proven Standout brand system. In 10 minutes or less, you'll walk away with clear next steps to move your brand forward with purpose. It's completely free. Just head to the show notes to grab the link and get started. I used to thrive on to-do lists. I was a spiral-bound paper planner girl, and I wrote down every single thing I needed to do each day, and I completed that list every single day. And then I had children, and now I'm working in 10 to 60-minute chunks. I'm constantly switching tasks and multitasking, and I feel like I'm always busy, but for a long time was really struggling with not feeling productive. So I ditched my to-do list and I started doing something else instead. I'm calling it the done list, and I've been talking about it a lot on social media, and it's starting to get a little bit of traction. So I wanted to do an episode today to talk you through what a done list is, how you can start doing this practice for yourself, and how it is going to change the game when it comes to your mindset and feeling like you are actually productive, no matter how fragmented your workdays are. If you often find yourself saying, oh man, I feel like I didn't get anything done today, at the end of the day, every day, you're going to love this episode. Welcome to the Six Figure Brand Podcast, where each week we're pulling back the curtain on what it really takes to build a six-figure business as an online service provider. I'm your host, Morgan. I'm a branding expert, online agency owner, mom of two, and military spouse, and I'm obsessed with helping entrepreneurs like you understand the ins and outs of branding so that you can use it to grow your business without sacrificing your sanity. Whether you're just starting out or focused on scaling, we're diving into everything you need to build a profitable and sustainable online business. Let's get to it. Running your life off of a to-do list assumes that every day is going to be an ideal day, and they almost never are. I think that to-do lists work great whenever you have long blocks of time to focus on your work, when you have a predictable schedule, when you're not getting interrupted all the time. But if you are working part-time, parenting, juggling multiple jobs, a caregiver, managing a household and a business, any of these things, I feel strongly that they can start to do a lot more harm than good. So before I had kids, I loved sitting down at my desk at 8 or 9 in the morning and working pretty much straight through until 5 o'clock at night. And obviously taking some small breaks here and there, but I got a full 8-hour uninterrupted workday every single day, sometimes more. So at that stage in my life, a to-do list was great because I got to make the list in the morning and check it all off by the end of the day and give myself a gold star and say, wow, Morgan, you were so productive. Great job. You earned your value today. But when I had kids, that kind of all went out the window. I was working at weird times throughout the day and the evening, short fragmented bursts, 10 minutes here, half an hour there. And the constant switching between tasks and feeling like I couldn't focus on anything also left me feel like I wasn't really ever getting anything done. I would make these long to-do lists like I had in my previous life before kids, and I would check one or two things off, and then everything would get moved to the next day, and it would pile up, and pretty soon it was so overwhelming that I just didn't even want to sit down to work anymore. So instead of trying to predict what I might have time to do or what I should have time to do, we hate the word should around here, I started paying attention to what I actually was doing in a day. And that's how the done list was born. So it is literally so simple. It's exactly what it sounds like. In my notes app on my phone, keep a list of every single task I completed in the day. I do this only for my business. You could do it for business and personal. If you really wanted to get crazy about it, you could have a business list and a list related to your other goals if you have health goals or money goals or something like that. But simplicity is the name of the game for me. So I open my notes app, I create a note that says done list, January 29th, 2025, and then I just list out everything I did for that day. Now, I'm not saying every time you complete a task, go open your list and add it. That would create even more breakage and be really a big distraction. But once I finish a work block, however long that might be, I'll just go add a few things to the list. It's not fancy. There's not a special productivity app. It's literally just a way that I can look back at the end of the day and say, oh, wow, I feel like I didn't get anything done, but look, here's a list of 10 things I accomplished. And some of them were a really big deal. So instead of looking at my unfinished to-do list and thinking, oh man, look at all these things I didn't get around to today, I get to look at my done list and say, oh my gosh, look at how much I accomplished. And that has changed the game for me mentally. As somebody who frankly gets a lot of self-worth out of feeling productive, the to-do list was not doing me any favors, but the done list has been a game changer. So I want to read you 2 or 3 examples of done lists so that you can get an idea of what I'm including on each of these and truly how simple they can be. So this one's from January 19th, so like 10 days ago at the time I'm recording this. I submitted weekly copy for review from my copywriter, created and posted a reel, cleared my inbox, celebrated booking a new discovery call, did a podcast interview, and prepped for an upcoming standout brand strategy session that was going to be happening the following day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. I would have probably gotten to the end of that day and been like, oh man, I didn't really get that much done. But all of those are huge deals that really do move the needle in my business. Let's look at another one that I have somewhere. This one's a lot shorter. This one was post on Instagram, host that standout brand strategy session, a kickoff call for a designer week I was having, and I worked on my taxes. So 4 things. Not huge, but again, those are all big needle moving activities that I would have probably told myself, oh, you didn't get enough done today. And then one more just to round us out. This one was from January 21st. I created and scheduled some content on Instagram. I scheduled a promo email for a bundle I was participating in. I had a peer mastermind call, started on a case study for my website, and edited a blog post version of a podcast episode. Again, all of those are big, important things in my business that 1, really need to get done, but 2, actually move the needle, actually book me clients, make me money. And I know that on any of those days at 7 or 8 o'clock when I'm sitting down at the end of the night, I would have been like, oh man, I feel like I didn't get enough done today. So being able to look back at these is really great for my brain to help me remind myself, oh no, you actually are really productive, even though you're working in the nooks and crannies. And even though there's a toddler crawling around at your feet while you're working. And even though you get interrupted 100 times, you're still getting a lot done and you are still taking action and moving in the direction of your goals. I also think it's important to call out here that when you are making your own done list, no task is too small. Like I literally put clear inbox on there almost every day, or I'll put sent email to so-and-so, stuff that I would normally brush off as doesn't count or too small or whatever. Everything counts. And the really cool part is if you keep this list daily, you can look back at the end of the week and say, oh my gosh, I thought that I was only doing 1 or 2 things each day, but look, I have 6 or 7 things on my done list every single day times 5 days. I did 30 tasks that moved the needle in my business. That's huge. That's a really productive week. And that is something that you should celebrate, especially when you consider what your unique schedule and life and limitations look like. So if you're a parent, if you're in a slower season, if you are dealing with like some health issues, whatever the case may be, you have other things going on in your life, and having an actual list to look back at and say, oh my gosh, I did a lot this week, even though maybe it doesn't feel like it. I cannot tell you how healthy that is for your brain. So the reason why I wanted to share this episode is because I only recently, within the last 2 weeks, month maybe, started sharing these done lists on social media, and people have been super into it. At first, I was like, oh, people aren't going to be interested in this. It's just going to sound like I'm like, oh, look at me, look how much I got done. But the response has been really cool. There's a lot of people that have been saying, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, it makes me feel so productive and it reminds me how much I'm getting done each day. They love seeing my done lists and I love seeing theirs of, oh, look at what Brittany worked on, or look at what Megan worked on, and tagging each other in our done list is super fun, and just kind of celebrating each other for really making the most of the season of life and business that we're in. And also, to be crystal clear, the point of a done list has nothing to do with self-promotion. However, your ideal clients are watching you. So whenever I get to say things like, oh, I prepped for a strategy session, or I had a kickoff call for a VIP design week, it's a subtle reminder to them of what you do in your business and how they could potentially hire you. So it also helps to humanize you and keep you top of mind for potential clients that may be following you, which I think is a really cool added bonus. But again, not the point of the done list. So for me, this has really been about just honestly redefining productivity. I would love to sit down at my computer and have no one talk to me for 8 hours and crank out as much work as possible. But that's not the reality for me right now. And it might not be the reality for you for a myriad of reasons. Keeping a done list every day, whether or not I share it on social media, is such a good reminder to me that, hey, my life looks different now than it used to. And it's probably going to be this way for a while. But I am still taking steps in the direction of my goals. I am still productive. And even when my brain tries to trick me into thinking that, oh, I've been lazy, or I haven't done anything today, or I should be working harder, it's tangible proof that I can look back at and say, no, you're actually doing great. So if you are a parent, a business owner in a slower year, working part-time, juggling multiple jobs, maybe you're experiencing some personal or health issues of your own, whatever the case may be that is making your work days look not how they once did, or maybe not how you want them to, I cannot recommend the done list enough. So I would encourage you to just try it out. Try it for a few days or a week. There are literally no rules besides make a list of the stuff you did and look back on it and pat yourself on the back. That's literally it. You can make the done list whatever you want to be. Share it on social media. Don't share it on social media. Save up all your done lists and review them at the end of the month. You do what feels good for you. But this practice has really changed so much for me, and it's so fast and it's so easy. And when I started sharing about it on social media and seeing other people say, wow, this is a really great idea, I knew that I wanted to share it with you all on the podcast too. So my invitation for you is to share your done list on Threads or Instagram and tag me so that I can see what you're up to and celebrate you. Thanks for tuning in to the Six Figure Brand Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to rate the show and leave a review on whatever app you're listening on. And as a thank you, I'll send you coffee on me. Yes, I'm serious. As a smaller show for now, you taking the time to do this makes a huge impact on how we can reach more people and how I can continue to create this content for free. When you take a screenshot of your review, follow and tag me on Instagram at @SpectandCo. I'll send you a $5 Starbucks gift card. As always, don't forget to check out the show notes for any links or resources I mentioned during the episode. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week.